Well, how's it going, you lot? I hope you're all fine and dandy and loving life just as you bloody well should be. So, I've got a box here. I've had this box for quite some time. It was stacked up over there with a load of stuff on top of it, and I forgot all about it. And to be honest, I thought it was just an empty box. And I was sorting through them all thinking, oh, bloody boxes, I need to get rid of some. And it's, well, it's full up. And then I had a little think, and I think I remember what it is. I could have gone, it come from eBay. I could have looked on eBay. I know some of you can say, why didn't you just have a look? I could have looked on eBay to find out what it is. But I thought, no, let's have a bit of a mystery. I've got an idea what it is. You see, what happens is, before, you know, a long time ago, I'd order something and I'd be excited. Yeah, let's open it up, you know. But now I don't know what's what anymore. If I get something, get an old Nitro car off of eBay and that, by the time I've gone and picked it up from wherever it's been delivered and bring it home, got no time left on that day. So it just kind of gets put to the side. And sometimes I forget about them altogether. So I've had this for probably more than a few weeks. Now, let's see what we got in here. With any luck, because it's going to be far too late now to say, hey, I haven't got what I ordered. So with any luck, there is a car in here. There should be a bloody car in it. It should be a buggy as far as I can remember, because the only thing that I think that I've ordered that I haven't yet got that I've forgotten about was the buggy. It's a buggy. I genuinely, honestly, hand on heart, I know that it should be a buggy, but I can't remember what it is. So let's have a look inside, and hopefully it's got an engine, and if it has got an engine, we should be able to see if it'll run. I don't know if it's got radio gear. I just don't know anything. I just don't bloody know anything these days. I really bloody don't know anything. You know what it's like? There's not enough time in the day, is there? There's really not. By the time you get in from work, it's you know, you get in from you go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning, and you get in from work about 8:30 in the evening. By the time you've had some dinner, you need to be going to bed again in order to get up and go and do it all again. So everything else gets forgotten about and put to the side, and then things crop up. Anyway, so it's looking promising. I'm really thinking hard to think, what the bloody hell is it? I know it should be a buggy. Oh, it's upside down. Oh, I've opened it upside down. Oh well. So, oh, it's a Kyosho. It's a Kyosho. Well, that's good. At least I can't remember what the bloody hell I've got now. What's this? A bag of parts. We'll open that up and see what's in there. Here's the buggy. Oh yes, I remember now. Looking at this. Yes, I can remember looking at this now. Right, put this over there. What have we got here? What is this? A bit of paper. Right, so now I've got even more bubble wrap and even more packaging to get rid of. It never ends. It never bloody ends. Oh, dearie me. And the funny thing is, I haven't got anywhere to put it. All the boxes and packaging and that. So sometimes I put it out in the driveway and the neighbour gets the ump. What do you put that there for? It looks disgusting. Oh, anyway, so I don't know what this is. It's a DBX2. That's what it says on the body there. DBX2. Kyosho DBX2. Oh, this is the wing. Look, we'll take that off. Take them 2 clips. I'll put that on there. Huh. This looks pretty cool little buggy. I've never had a DBX2. That might have been why I decided to have a look at it. And I think it's coming back to me now. I've got a funny feeling. This was, I think it had an auction, but it had a make me an offer sort of thing on it. And I think I just put in a silly offer, and it ended up being accepted. I think that's what happened. So yeah, let's take off the shell and see what we've got. I like the shell. This looks pretty cool. I don't know how old these DBX2s are. I haven't got a clue. Somebody's repaired it with a load of tape in the past. Look. Oh, looks like it's got a new air filter foam on it. Oh, it's got a decent sized tank. I don't know what engine that is. What engine's in these then? GXR. I've got a GXR engine. Oh, these are pretty cool. They're like a truggy sort of thing, aren't they? Like a. Oh yeah, they don't really look like. It doesn't really look like a buggy. It looks like a truggy in a way. Got pull start. What's the engine like? Look. Oh, I don't know actually. Oh, that seems a bit. Well, it's a bit easy. Look. Ooh. That might be a bad sign. We don't know yet. Might just need a little bit of oil. Where does that go? Oh, it goes on there, look. I like the blue fuel pipe. That's pretty cool. So why have we got a cable tie around here then? What's that all about? Why have we got a cable tie? We don't want that, do we? Get rid of that. Right. So I think the first thing is first, we need to make sure that the old head bolts are tight. It's a GXR 18, this engine. If you've got or had a DBX, a Kyosho DBX2 in the past, put in the comments, let me know. What did you think of it? What they like? I've never had one. I've honestly never had one. We're missing the little lid that goes on there, and we're also missing the lid that goes on there. But we've got both servos. We haven't got no radio gear, obviously. The throttle. Well, the throttle's missing its little gator, but it's not stuck or anything like that. Seems like everything's there. It looks like it's had a decent amount of use in its time, but it doesn't seem to be worn out or damaged or anything. So because it seems like we've got a little bit of a rattly engine, let's take out our glow plug. Well, that wasn't all that tight, so that might be part of the reason, but we'll take the glow plug out, and what we'll do, I've run out of 3-in-1 oil, so I've got some of this old after-on oil. Once this is gone, it's gone, because I don't use after-on oil, but I've got a little bit of this, so I have to get some more 3-in-1. But if we put this down in now, we should be able to just gently pull it up and down, and that way we can work the oil around the sleeve, around the liner, and around that piston, and it might regain our compression. It might. I'm not saying it will, but it might, because when the liner or the piston is dry, there's no oil there, the compression can leak past it. It's the oil what helps create a seal in a way as well. So while we're here, let's test the little glow plug and see if that's any good. There you go, that's the burning question. Will this run? Well, that doesn't glow very well, does it? Is it because my glow star's flat? I mean, probably. I've only just charged it up. Oh, it's glowing all right with that one. I've only just charged this one up. That shouldn't be flat. Bloody hell, I might need a new battery. I've literally only took it off charge yesterday. Oh well, so we know that the glow plug works. Is it gonna run? I mean, is it gonna run? That's the question. Alright, let's see what our compression is like now. Oh, that's a lot better. Yep. That's a lot better. That's a lot better with a bit of oil in it. Obviously that oil will dissipate and burn off, but the idea is to wet the cylinder up, you know, and the piston to wet it a bit. As far as nitro goes, I haven't got a lot left. I really need to go to the shop, but I'm skint at the minute, so it's going to have to wait And yeah, that's literally all I've got nitro wise. Bloody blimey, it's never been that bad before. I've never run out of nitro before, but there is a first time for everything. So let's get I'm going to put a bit of heat on it, because it just makes it easier. See, this pull start's a little bit dubious, you know what I mean? And it would be easier for it to start if it was warm. So I don't want to break this pull start, so it's just in case. So let's go and get a heat gun. Right, warming it up a little bit. You got to remember, you got to think to yourself, why do people sell things in general? You know, if something is good, I know you're going to think, well, I'm a genuine person, and sometimes I sell stuff because I don't want it anymore, or something like that. Fair enough. But generally, if something is broken or it's on its way out or something's not quite right with something, people sell them, don't they? Real size cars and anything. If somebody suspects there might be a problem or an impending problem with something, they're going to sell it. So whenever you buy a nitro car from eBay or from anywhere, if you like the Facebook or the Book of the Faces, anywhere, if you buy something second hand, you need to expect that it could potentially have problems, because otherwise why would the person want to sell it? Apart from they might want something else, so they need to raise some money to sell, so they sell stuff. There are genuine things to buy at the second hand, but you've got to think to yourself, you can't live in fairyland and think to yourself everything is going to be perfect, because it won't be. So I'll give it a little bit of heat. That's warmed it up a touch. It's not mega warm. So let's just take our foam out. That seems alright. That's a funny old foam, that, isn't it? Foam dry. Right, so we're on tick over, so we shouldn't shoot off. Let me get a little piece of rag, because what happens is the oil comes out the exhauster and goes inside my drawers. And I don't want my drawers covered in oil, thank you very much. So I'm just going to put a little t-shirt there. That should block any of that. Is it going to run? Kyosho DBX 2. The answer at the moment is no. Let's give it a bit more prime. I should say I've already primed it, but let's give it a little bit more. I heard it go through that time, so we might be alright. Hundy. Don't want to waste too much of my nitro. It's definitely going through. Is it going through there? That's the question. So what we have to do is open up the throttle and then blow down that tube, and then I should be able to see it go through. If I turn this around and put that down there and zoom you in like that, you might be able to see, if I open up the throttle and blow down that tube on there, you should see a little shot of it go across. Hopefully I won't get my head in the way. Did you see it? I think I closed it. Did you see it? I can't see it at the same time because I have to put my head down. But hopefully you did. If you didn't, tell me. I can't do it again because the thing is, you're watching me in the past. So, you know, I can't go back in the past and change it, you see. Oh, we got close a couple of times then. Blimey. That tick over's a bit high, isn't it? Where's the tick over screw? Oh, there it is. Let's get a screwdriver. Oh, you're still zoomed in. What a tit. Well, I would cut that out and do it again, but the trouble is, then you won't, you know, it won't be genuine for you. You won't know that it's already run and it done what it just done. So, my apologies for leaving you zoomed in. I didn't realise you were still zoomed in. You didn't see a lot, but you heard it. Oh well. What a cock. Told you, I don't know what I'm doing these days. I really don't. I ain't got a clue. Haven't got a clue. Spend all my time bloody running around doing stuff, and life just goes past and you think, what the bloody hell? It's like a constant fog. Anyway, let's do that. Let's turn that out on that's cock because it was a bit high. It sounds a bit rattly to me. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced with this at all. I'm going to warm it up a lot more and then we'll see what happens. I don't know whether you ever notice it, but when you buy different Nitro cars, second-hand ones, they normally have a unique smell. Some of them seem to smell like curry for some reason. Some smell like manure. Some smell like cigarettes if the person's a heavy smoker that you got it from. Some of them just smell different, you know, like different fragrances. This particular one smells like soap. The whole lot. Not, I don't mean like a clean smell. You know, you might think, well, it must have come from a clean house. No, it literally smells like washing up liquid. And the more I'm heating it up, the stronger the smell of washing up liquid is. I wonder if they literally washed this car with washing up liquid. Maybe it was dirty and I literally sprayed washing up liquid on it and washed it. It's a proper strong smell. It's like I'm literally sniffing washing up liquid. You bastard. It's definitely a strange one. There's no smoke coming out of it at all. It's extremely loud, isn't it, and rattly. I'd say there's a bearing gone in there somewhere. Something ain't right, but we'll try again. smoke that time. I've richened it up a bit, by the way, in case you didn't know. Well, the answer to that question is it will run, but not particularly well. So we've got a lot of nitro coming out the bottom there where the flywheel is, which would indicate that the front main bearing, well, the front main seal, but the bearing is within the seal. I mean, the seal is within the, it's all the same thing. That's leaking, probably the back one, but I reckon our old piston and liner's probably a bit worn because we haven't got a lot of compression and I can't hear it leaking out. Let's try one more time just to see if it's going to run again. Doesn't like the low revs, and that, I know some of you are going to say that it's the carburetor, it's the tune, it needs to be tuned, it needs to be adjusted. I've been shouted at through the bloody window. Anyway, so some of you are going to say it needs to be adjusted. I really don't think that's the case. This engine needs to be looked at. So the question is, will it run? It will run. It'll run, but it won't run particularly well. So we'll have to look at that. That's going to be a video in itself, taking that engine apart and having a look, I would imagine. Haven't really got time for that this evening. But man, what a nice little... Is it a buggy or a truggy? I think it's a buggy, and it's not a truggy. It's definitely a buggy. That's quite a nice little buggy. Tyres are all right, aren't they? A bit worn out, but you know, I'll have to still run them. It's interesting how one's worn out. That one looks all right. That one looks all right. That one looks all right. So we've got one random tyre. We've got all the drive shafts. There we have. The diffs work. Let's take that off like that. I don't know if the diffs work, you know. Oh yeah, diffs work. They seem to. Maybe not. Maybe something's a bit dicky inside that centre diff, because then back wheel should be turning when the front one's also turning. Anyway, we'll go through that. We'll have to do a go through of it, see what's wrong with it, and we'll take that engine apart and we'll see if my suspicions are correct about the piston and the liner. Let's have a look inside this bag to see what other things we got with it as well. I do like a nice bag of random bits. I didn't know that I was going to get a bag of parts with it as well. I didn't know I didn't know that what I even had in the box. So that's just some plastic bits. Looks like, I don't know what, a suspension arm thing, whatever that is. Oh, I thought they were wet, but they're not wet. They're just. That looks like either paint or glue is on there. That's a bit weird. I thought that was really wet then. It's not. It's dry. Another one. Well, these might just all be spare parts. I don't know whether they're for this actual buggy or not. Looks like they've been painted yellow at some point, and I don't know what that is and why they would have made them all shiny like that. That's weird. Very strange. Oh, that's weird, look. That must be the front bumper or something. A couple of front bumpers. Looks like some sort of body post for the back, maybe. Oh, happy days. Oh, very nice. Well, mate, I couldn't be happier with that. I couldn't be bloody happier. That's a really nice little thing to be getting. You know, I reckon the diffs would be more than... Because that's only an 18, and that looks like... It's a Kyosho engine, so... The GSR 18, I think, was probably the right engine for this. I reckon this would be capable of a 21. I reckon it would. I don't reckon it would do any damage to any of the diffs. I reckon I could probably squeeze a 21 in now. So there's a chance that I might be able to get myself something like a KE21 to put in there. And then it would essentially be the same as an MP9. So, because the KE21 in my MP9 is bloody mint. I mean, it is wearing out slowly, but you know, it ain't too bad. It's probably had 5-6 litres of nitro go through it over the past, how long have I had it? 4 or 5 years? But it's still running strong and plenty of power. So I reckon when we take this apart, if it is worn out, I might see if I can get myself a second-hand KE21 to put in it. See what happens. Anyway, you lot, put in the comments whereabouts you're watching this from, and what do you think I should do? Should I put keep this engine in it and try to see if I can get a rebuild if it needs it, or should I get a 21 engine, a KE21 to put in it? Leave your opinions. It won't happen for a while. Leave your opinions in the comments and we'll see what happens. Anyway, if you like this sort of thing, because that's what I normally do, get old second-hand nitro cars, which I've sat in sheds, lofts, wherever, barns in some cases, quite literally barn finds. I get them and I look at them, get them running again, mend them, and put them back out into the circulation so that people can enjoy them and they don't go in the bin, and hopefully that should keep nitro alive. So if you like that, think about sticking around, and if you really like it, you could always think about becoming a channel member. Just press on the little join button underneath this video and that'll explain everything about becoming a channel member, and that way you'll really help me keep nitro alive along with everyone else who's trying as well. I'll see you lot later on. Treat people nicely. Treat people how you would like to be treated, and we should have a nice, happy life. All the best, you lot. Take care.